Okay, let me turn to the other big story, and it's typical of Pakistan because while we have a heartwarming story, a hope which Geeta's story has raised, there's the other story, much more typical of what happens between the two countries, because Islamabad today has scored a massive self-goal in the 26/11 terror attack probe. A top Pakistani official who once headed its federal probe agency and investigated the Mumbai attacks has dropped a bombshell today. The officer Tariq Khosa has written an explosive article in a Pakistani newspaper that could nail the complicity of Islamabad in the 26/11 carnage. The big question now is, can Islamabad still live in denial?
The 26/11 attacks, masterminded and executed by Pakistani elements with active state support. An act Islamabad has steadfastly denied. But the denial was blown to shreds by a singular revelation. And that expose was none less by the ultimate insider. Tariq Khosa, former chief of Pakistan's Federal Investigation Agency, has now nailed Pakistan's complicity, admitting that the deadly strike was planned and launched from Pakistani soil.
Has Pakistan's 26/11 lie been finally nailed? Let's get our face-off tonight. KC Singh, former secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, is joining me. Also joining me, Lieutenant Colonel Shafqat Saeed, defense analyst from Islamabad. Appreciate your joining us. Lieutenant Colonel Saeed, are you willing to concede that Tariq Khosa, your former DG of FIA, his article that I have with me written in the Dawn virtually exposes Pakistan's claim that this plot was never hatched in Pakistan? He is confirming that 26/11 was hatched on Pakistani soil. The country can no longer live in denial, sir.
You know, verbousity, loud tone does not give logic to argument. And I would say that we can talk about it in very cordial manner and by responsible people. Discussing something which is not mandate of media.
Colonel Saab, I don't want this to become a tutu meme. There is too much of tutu meme between India and Pakistan on Indian TV.
कर रहे हैं, मैं यही कह रहा हूं आपको.
Sir, मैं आपसे sir एक मिनट. Sir, भाई साहब एक मिनट. I am only putting out the facts that Mr. Khosa has put out. He says Ajmal Kasab was a Pakistani national. Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorists were imparted training near Thata in Sindh. He said the fishing trawler used by the terrorists in which they sailed to Mumbai was brought back to Pakistan's harbours. The engine of the dinghy abandoned by the terrorists near Mumbai harbour contained a point number through which the investigators traced its import from Japan to Lahore. The ops room was in Karachi. Now these are facts, sir. I don't want this to be about rhetoric. I am talking facts today.
I am also talking facts to you. These two countries, whatever they adopt whatever posture they adopt on the international forum, they remain enemy countries. They are trying to hurt each other. They would keep trying to do that. They have done it in the past. They are doing it now. They will do it in future. I am not representing Pakistan government, but I am a Pakistani, and being an analyst, what I understand from the history is that India has very successfully engaged in proxy war. It has been doing whatever it is now blaming Pakistan for, and it is now doing what it is blaming Pakistan for. And Pakistan, what exactly do? It will reciprocate whatever India is doing. There is no doubt about it. We should be sensible.
Okay.
And let the responsible people talk about it. Let them discuss it. The case is in the court. The court is doing, prosecution is trying its best. And whatever Tariq Khosa Saab said, he did not give you any sort of material for which you should go on doing this media program, which is based on very obtuse sort of line to bash Pakistan. Please
can I bring in KC Singh, sir? So I'm just going to hold you for a moment. KC Singh, you're hearing the Pakistani view. Do you get a sense that Tariq Khosa is a voice in the wilderness? Or is Tariq Khosa in a sense reflecting on the possibilities, on the fact that the two countries need to accept, particularly Pakistan needs to accept the mistakes of the past if we are to go ahead into the future?
Rajdeep, I don't buy that this is Mr. Khosa having pangs of conscience and making a confessional in a church. He is not doing that. When you write a signed article in a newspaper as popular as the Dawn, you obviously know what this means. You're confronting Lashkar-e-Taiba, and he's doing it perhaps at great danger to his own life. Now, has he done it simply on his own? There is a possibility that he has support amongst the civilian government there. Has he been put up to it by the civilian government? We don't know, because the NSAs are meeting in about 2 weeks' time. And this is the civilian government in Pakistan bringing the public rhetoric in line with reality,
Is that
by
what
saying
you feel?
these are the facts. So
Is that
Mr.
your
Khosa-
suspicion? Is
Mr.
that your
Khosa
suspicion
is
that the
addressed-
Nawaz Sharif government is
Yeah,
preparing the grounds perhaps for those talks between the two NSAs in 2 weeks' time by trying to suggest that Pakistan's army needs to face certain realities?
I think Mr. Khosa is speaking to a domestic audience, either on his own or at the asking of the Pakistani government. Now, because it's such a dangerous venture in which he's engaged, I doubt if he's doing it on his own. Now, whether Nawaz Sharif can get away with this, that's a different matter. You might find LOC suddenly getting more active, etc. But this is precisely the guest from Pakistan, people of his ilk, who are being addressed by Mr. Khosa to face reality. And remember that on Gurdaspur, even the government here, there was a press leak saying that we believe the government in Pakistan is not involved. When have you seen, after a terrorist attack, such a statement even indirectly given by the government of India? So there is, I think the two civilian governments are trying to bring their whatever understanding they have had in UFA in line with each other, in line with now that is the only constructive conclusion I can come to. Now the other one is to say that Mr. Khosa is a loner and he's just gone off the edge of a diving board, which I don't think, if you see the tone and tenor of the full article, he begins very cleverly by first placing India's role, although the allegations are very general, and then getting to the specifics of so essentially that is really the agenda of discussion between the two NSAs. Pakistan has been saying it, that we have our own lists and we will discuss it with the NSA.
You know, Lieutenant Colonel Said, you know, the sense is that certain realities need to be confronted. Certain mistakes need to be admitted. Isn't Mr. Khosa's article an opportunity for the establishment to accept those realities? When your director of FIA writes this article, isn't it better to say, yes, we've made these mistakes, yes, 26/11 was plotted on Pakistani soil, instead of constantly living in this Alice in Wonderland world, sir?
I wish that the effort and the concentration and the attention that you gave to this article just to bash Pakistan and draw all these conclusions which my worthy colleagues are spelling out with lot of lucidity and finest of the language, I would say that they should keep the future of the subcontinent in mind and chalk out a program which is for India to lead the subcontinent. And they...
So you're not answering my... Sir, with due regard, sir, with due regard, you're not answering my question.
Mr. Khosa is going to decide the fate of Indian-Pakistan relationship. It is a pity.
One newspaper
article
I didn't say
is
that.
taking
I said that it is important to confront realities and ghosts of the past.
It disappoints me. It would disappoint any sensible man, whether he's on this side of the border or that side of the border. It would disappoint anybody.
Sir, it disappoints me when people don't confront their own demons.
Longer term, आप लोग जो हैं एक किला लगाकर उसके साथ अपने आप को बांध कर उसके गिर्द घूम रहे हैं. Please come out of this mentality. Please think of far-flung things. Please get out of this quagmire of hatred and mistrust.
Can I then bring in KC Singh? Can I bring in KC Singh for a final word? KC Singh, you know, I don't want TV programs to become India versus Pakistan. KC Singh, my limited point to you: do you believe that there is this, that until Pakistan confronts the ghosts of 26/11, we can't move forward? Or, as Lieutenant Colonel Saeed is suggesting, there is much that we have to rise above a blame game. Let me bring in Mr. Singh, sir. Sir, Saeed Saab, let me bring in Mr. Singh. Please. Mr. Singh, final word from you.
See, this is precisely, I think Colonel is completely misunderstanding what we are doing. We are trying to put the best possible interpretation on Mr. Khosa's article. He's also made allegations against India. So what, I think Colonel has not read the full article. He's so incensed,
read the
he's
full
not even
article,
read it.
sir.
But anyway, to come back, okay.
Go ahead.
Well, there are allegations in that against India too. Yeah. Now the question is that Mr. Khosa is saying that this is the demon that we here is a man who has seen the evidence, but he is exploding a myth that has been perpetrated that this is what we've been saying all along, that the conspiracy was hatched in Pakistan. Why do you keep asking us for more evidence? You're supposed to produce the evidence. And what he has done is he's circled all those items and said, yes, we had that evidence. Other than voice samples, we had the control room, we got the dinghy, we traced the guys and linked it to LET. He's sending a message to the courts, he's sending a message to the deep state and ISI. Please lay off, let's move forward. This is not the way this can be done.
Right.
And if this indeed has the support of the civilian government, I don't know whether it does or it doesn't.
Right.
They may just turn around tomorrow and say something else. Then this is a good starting point.
Okay. Okay. It's a starting point is the way you're putting it. The question, of course, is are the two countries, as I keep saying it, Pakistan in particular in this instance, willing to at least say mea culpa, which is one way in which countries then can move forward. KC Singh, Lieutenant Colonel Saeed, I appreciate your joining us on my face-off tonight. Let's